Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of Bio 105. So hopefully we made it through our first week and our first module of information. I know there was a lot going on in that first learning module, and I know for some of us there was a little bit of a learning curve when it came to getting our blogs set up. But I did want to say that I was very impressed with the introductions that you guys posted. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And also for the really thoughtful discussions and comments that you all made. So coming over here to our blog site, I can sort of take us over here and just, here we go into the reader here and show some of the comments. But again, really good responses. I also really appreciated the thoughtfulness that you guys put into figuring out what you wanted to respond and what you wanted to say, and then also, of course, responding to each other. So I know that not everybody had as easy a time with getting things up and running on the blogs, but hopefully now that we've done it this first time, it'll continue to be easier and easier as we do it every single week. Once again, just as a reminder, after you sign up for an account, you still have to join my class. So until you join my class, I can't see anything. I can't see your posts and you can't see anyone else's. So once you have that account, make sure you click on my class, and for you it'll say join a class. Once again, the instructions for how to do this are here on Blackboard. If you go into the learning modules and the course introduction, we have getting started with blogging here, and it's got all kinds of information about how to get that all set up. So if you haven't done that yet, please make sure you get a chance to do that this week. For Module 2, now that you guys know a little bit about cells and you understand what a cell is and what it's made of and a few different ways that cells divide, the next thing we're going to learn about is we're going to learn about what's controlling all of that, and we're going to actually start to talk about DNA. So in this module, you're going to learn what a gene is, what DNA is, what components make up DNA, and then you're also going to learn what we do with that information. So now that we have this series of letters, A's, C's, T's, and G's, what do we use it for? And the answer is that we use it to make proteins. So chapter 10 is all about the process of making a protein. We call it gene expression is another word for that. There are 2 resources today that I'm going to sort of highlight because I really think they will help you better understand these concepts. So last week I had a website which hopefully some of you went and checked out. It was called Cells Alive, to give you some more information about what we were learning about. This week I've got a couple of worksheets. One is a worksheet that just is a flat model of DNA with some really important vocabulary words in it. The other one is actually a worksheet that's going to help you practice going through the process of transcription and translation. So it's a worksheet and there's answers as well for you, so you can make sure that you're doing the activity correctly. So these are resources and tools I think will be really, really helpful for today. In this module, we also have our prompt, of course. In this case, we're going to actually talk a little bit about recreating extinct animals a la Jurassic Park. So you can think about how you feel about that technology and whether you think that's something that we should be pursuing or whether that's something that's best left to the big screen and film in Hollywood. So you get to tell me your thoughts on that based on what you've learned about that. And then, of course, we also have the quiz and the Connect questions as well. Remember that these aren't necessarily due this week. They're just due before the end of this first unit of information, which is going to be before our first exam. But you might as well stay on top of that material now, and that way you don't have to worry about it later. The other thing that I have here is that I'm going to highlight real quick is just a course survey. So that at the end of this week, if you've got a few minutes, fill out the survey. It only takes about 2 minutes to fill out. And basically what I want to know is how well you've been able to navigate the course so far. Are you finding the information that you need? Do you understand what's due every week and what assignments you need to complete? So it's just a quick little checkup that kind of gives me the pulse on everything, on how things are going, and sort of if there are things that I need to adjust. It's good feedback for me. The last thing I'm going to mention, because I mentioned it in my blog post, which don't forget, the same information that is here in this video is also available in a blog post that I write every week. So week 2 announcements, very similar to the information that I'm giving you here in this video, but instead of listening to me, you get to just sort of read it for yourself. But the other thing that I did mention is I mentioned that when it comes to exams, you're going to start to want to think about how you want to take your exams in this class. And you essentially have 2 options for taking exams. You can either take the exams online. In order to take them online at home, you need to have access to a webcam, and you need to have the ability to download a lockdown browser program onto your computer. And if you have those 2 things, then you can take the exams online at home yourself. If you don't have access to those, you can just come to Harper and you'll be able to go to our testing center. The testing center has daytime, evening, and weekend hours, so hopefully it should accommodate everyone's schedule. And you'll just go and take the test there at the computers that the testing center has. So I know our first exam is a few weeks away, but you might want to start thinking about that now, because if taking the exam at home is something you want to do, I have a practice test which you can do, which again, don't worry about that now. I'll talk more about that in next week's announcements, but I just want you guys to start thinking about how you want to approach this first exam. So that is it for announcements for this week. I might be posting additional things as they come up throughout the week. I always make sure that those announcements go out by email to you guys, but please make sure that you're logging on to Blackboard at least twice a week, I would say, is probably an appropriate amount of time to be spending on this class. Logging in once to sort of get the information that you need, and then logging on that second time to complete any of the assignments that are due for that week. If you have any questions, don't forget to either email me, or if you're available on Wednesday nights between 7 and 8 p.m., you can come here onto Blackboard and you can have open online office hours with me. So if you have a webcam, you can chat with me. Otherwise, you can use the text comment feature of the chat. So this is our ability to sort of in real time have a conversation with each other online. So you're more than welcome to stop by any time between 7 and 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. This is where I will be, and I'm here to help and answer any questions you might have. So don't forget, either send me an email, stop by my office hours, let me know if you guys need any help, and good luck this week.